Good evening, Mr. Ham. How are you doing?
Dude, I am doing great. Good afternoon, Mr. Claywell. It has been a couple of weeks, man.
It has. I'm glad you're feeling better.
I am. I've been a little under the weather.
Yeah.
But and that's why I want to start everything off. I'm sorry that I've not been around because I have been feeling rough, and I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back.
Yeah. Glad to have you back, man.
And
literally can't do it without you. So.
Well, And I figure, tonight would be a good night because we are on the eve of a very important holiday. That's, it's coming up tomorrow.
Rex Manning Day?
No, dude. Mother's Day.
Oh.
You've got one of those, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. I think you've got a mother, right?
Does she claim me at this point?
Well, yes.
Okay. Then
yes.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, she does. So, yes. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. So, yes, we're kind of like, I'm doing the big family dinner thing for my wife being now a mother and my mom, of course. And so we're going to do that tomorrow. And I think you're going to go out with yours, right? Or somewhere. I think they're still deciding at this point. It's like, almost 10 o'clock at night. Yeah,
we're making the plan. We're going to go do something tomorrow. We're getting together. We're going to go on a little buddin ride.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
yeah, I actually thought about bringing mine over tonight, but I thought, I think I'm just going to leave it in the garage because I just something about like riding around in Somerset after dark on my motorcycle. I don't know if it's because I've been like shell shocked by the idiots that come around like during cruise weekend and stuff like that. And I know this isn't cruise weekend, but it's like rules of the road just go out the window when the cruise happens. And some people just think that it's cruise every weekend. So I'm kind of leery of being in town on my bike. I don't want to be like, someone's like hood ornament or something. It would be bad.
Yeah, and then I go around on a bicycle all the time around here. So
I actually thought I saw you this morning, and I know it wasn't you. I know you rode earlier today, but there was someone that was riding a bicycle like toward my house. I was coming back home, and I was behind them, and I thought, oh, that's Claywell. That's him. And I started to beep the horn, and I thought, no, if it is him, he does not want somebody beeping the horn while he's on his bike. That would be very, very uncool. And eventually I got to a point where I could go around them, like safely get way out of the way. So went around them. And as I looked, I was like, no, I don't think that's Claywell. I mean, even at that point, I still wasn't quite sure because he had a goatee. He was wearing kind of the same stuff that you wear. Yeah. But when I got home, he finally passed in front of the house. I actually hung out on the front porch because I was going to wave. And when he went by, he didn't even look my way. And I was like, yeah, that's definitely not Claywell.
No, it was not me. I rode today, but I rode out on Barnesburg Road.
Oh, okay.
Not down by your house.
Yep.
But no, honking is fine. Just as long as it's not like, and it's hard to discern maybe, but as long as it's not like an angry honk.
Oh, no. You want like the happy honk.
Yeah, if it's like a toot toot.
Yeah.
Like,
hey. That's the high honk.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's not the good horn.
Yeah, no. And as you so correctly stated there, 3 feet, please.
Yeah.
When you go around a bicyclist.
Yeah.
Try to give us about 3 feet of clearance. So,
I try to give like an entire lane for the most part.
It's appreciated, but they have actually passed a law in Somerset now that requires 3 feet. So.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that. Yeah, I wait. Where I got in behind this guy was at a kind of a rough place anyway. It was kind of, there's a curve there. It's kind of an uphill grade, and you couldn't really see what would be coming. So I was like, I'm just going to wait till we get to the top of this hill. By the time he got to the top of the hill and I was there were 7 or 8 cars that were slowed down behind me, and they were already trying to cross the line. So I would ease over to block them to make sure that they didn't shoot out around both of us. Because, like I say, sometimes the rules of the road go out the window whenever, Yeah. So yeah, I thought once I finally got up there and was able to see a good distance ahead to make sure no one was coming, I went on out around him and yeah, he didn't say anything or wave or anything like that. It was just, I don't know, trying to be courteous.
And it's appreciated. Typically, if I'm riding and a car drops behind me and is polite enough to not run over me, and if it's because we're coming up a hill or there's poor visibility around a curve or something, as soon as I can see, I'll wave them around when I see that it's clear, even if the car behind, because I'm sitting up higher than they are typically anyway.
Right.
So as soon as I see, hey, it's clear, I'll wave them around like, okay, you can go ahead.
Yeah.
And
And us as drivers appreciate that because, so like say, sometimes we don't want to necessarily, or I don't want to necessarily go around someone on a bicycle and possibly cause an accident in any direction.
Yeah. I mean, and where I ride, there's a couple of bad spots on Barnesburg Road where you're coming up a hill around a blind curve or something.
Yeah.
And you'd be amazed at how many people will just fly around us into oncoming traffic to going around a blind curve or something.
It's 1,000 wonders someone hasn't been hurt or killed doing crazy stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
it is.
But this conversation that we're having here, bicycles, being outside, kind of lends to what we're going to talk about a little bit tonight. It's summer. We missed spring. I don't know what happened. It was like 30 degrees one day and it was 87 the next. So we completely bypassed spring, it seems like, other than the blooms, because those are killing us right now. Allergies are,
Yeah, everything the trees are sperming everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah. Pollen counts are like through the roof.
Yeah. But spring was like 4 Thursdays ago.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it. Yeah. I must have, I don't know. I may have not been
paying
attention that day.
Teaching that day.
I may have been, yeah. We had it, for like 2 or 3 hours one day?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay. So yeah, since it is nice out though, I was wanting to kind of talk a little bit tonight about some of the things that we have around here. Because Kentucky is known for, a few things, obviously. Bourbon, that's our big thing.
Yeah.
Racehorses, that's another big thing.
Yeah, thoroughbreds.
We also are known for having some of the most beautiful places as far as natural, features and phenomena that happens here. And a lot of that stuff doesn't get the publicity that I feel that it should. Because I'm not necessarily, I've always enjoyed being out in nature, but I don't get to be out as much as I would like to right now. But some of the places that I have been or that I would like to go, I'd like to kind of just, throw it out there and kind of talk a little bit about it. Places that people can go that's not going to cost them an arm and a leg,
Right.
So, the first one that I was wanting to kind of touch base on was the hiking trails. We have one of the greatest hiking trails in the nation.
Part of it.
Yeah, part of it. Sheltowee Trace.
Right.
It is absolutely stunning.
Okay.
And
now, see, I don't know that much about hiking, so let me ask you.
Okay.
Sheltowee Trace. I know that's a thing. Is that part of the Appalachian Trail, or is that a whole separate?
They overlap in some spots, but Sheltowee Trace is its own thing.
Oh, okay.
The Sheltowee is, if I'm not mistaken, it's one of the Boone trails. Goes mostly through Daniel Boone National Forest and then overlaps over into the Appalachians, hits some of the Appalachian Trail a little bit. But for the most part, it just kind of meanders back and forth between the eastern counties of Kentucky. And like I said, it is absolutely gorgeous. It covers, there's a river that we always would go to that Sheltowee Trace is on is Yamacraw. It's in McCreary County, and it's part of the South Fork of the Cumberland, and it is absolutely beautiful down there. You have a couple of large creeks that filter into it, that funnel into it, and great fishing, great camping spots, good whitewater rafting if you go on further down to like the O&W and the gorge section and all that. But absolutely beautiful. And the trail itself, there was one summer that we had planned on hiking from Yamacraw to Pickett State Park. It was, we were going to try to hit 11 miles per day. It was going to take us 3 days, roughly 34 miles from Yamacraw down to Pickett. Of course, we didn't. At the time that we were going to do that, there wasn't a whole lot of bears in this area, but we still were like, that's a lot of walking, regardless, in any day. And we thought if we get out someplace and we have no means of communication, that would be bad. But we did hike sections of that trail, like a few miles at a time. And dude, they are absolutely some of the most beautiful trails that I've been on. And I've been like in the Smokies and done some of those trails. You guys, I think, have 2 years ago. Didn't you guys go to like the Chimney or something like that, or Klingman's Dome? I know I've been to that one.
Yeah, I think we went down and hiked some around.
It was like Mount LeConte area.
I have no idea, man.
Yeah,
Pigeon Forge, Gallenberg area. We did a couple of trails down there, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
The names of them or anything.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean we've gone down and I've done some of those especially like whenever we were living down there. Me and Jamie would go out and kind of hit some of those places. But yeah, those trails are nice. And the thing is we have just as nice, like I guess natural trails right here. I mean, within like 30 minutes of where we are sitting right now, we could be on one of those really, 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 really nice trails. Not to mention, you go down to like the Falls area, Cumberland Falls area, Sheltoy Trace runs right along it. So you get to see some of that as well. So it's a really, really, really nice place for people that go out and hike. Okay. Another spot that I wanted to touch base on is another one in McCreary County, because McCreary County kind of gets a bad rap. It's one of the poorest, if not the poorest county in Kentucky. There's not a lot of opportunity down there. There's the whole place is just kind of like, I want to say it's almost been like an economic vacuum in that area, because industry just kind of has bypassed it. The people are nice, and I mean that's where I grew up. Right. And you have like the Big South Fork Scenic Railway that runs down Roaring Paunch Creek, runs down into Barthel area. But way back before it went to Barthel Mining Camp, it used to go to Mine 18 Mining Camp. And man, that place, if you've not been, you need to go. We need to just take off one day and go down there. The old trestle that they restored, they have the coal chutes, and I know you've seen it because Dave Wilson did a video down there one time with one of our buddies. That was the zombie thing. Yeah, it was all shot down there. Okay. But yeah, that place is absolutely awesome. And it's all kind of condensed into one big area. So you've got some trails that kind of go different spots, but it's easy enough to access and easy enough to walk that you can like literally drive up to it, park in the parking lot, and then just roam all over it all day. And it's a really, really cool place. So
nice.
But yeah, some of the hiking trails and stuff that we have around here are really good. Now, there's a few that I would like to hit that I have not got to here. One of them, I've never been to Short Creek.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I don't know. I guess it's just my innate cynicism.
You're like, it's just a short creek.
Exactly. It's literally a short creek.
It is, but I've seen a couple of pictures of it. And it's really pretty, like really, really pretty down there.
Yeah, but it's a piece of water that goes from like this chair to that couch. I mean, yeah, that helps you guys out there in an audio medium.
We're talking
tremendously.
Like it's 15 feet, 20 feet,
30 feet.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically,
it's not very big. One of the guys that actually did our, came and joined us on a podcast way back last year, Kevin from, what's the name of his podcast? He's not done an episode in forever.
He hasn't done one in so long. Open Casket Tales.
Open Casket Tales, yeah. He actually placed a geocache out there at Short Creek, or he's getting ready to. He's got it approved. He just needs to go out there and get the geocache placed out there. So I told him, I said, I've never been to Short Creek, but that's definitely a reason for me to go out there so I can claim that geocache. And I would like to be the first to find on that one, but I was like, you got to let me know as soon as you drop it out there, because I'm gonna be right on your trail, and I'm gonna get that one. So,
oh, okay, I was way off.
Okay,
so apparently it's 150 feet.
Oh, 150 feet.
Yeah, it comes out of one cave, goes about 150 feet, and goes into another cave.
Well, that would be kind of cool, though. I mean, the fact that it's popping out of one cave and into another. I wonder how big the caves are. Again, never been there, so now I'm curious.
Yeah.
So,
well, you're not supposed to go down in there.
Not in the. Obviously, you're not supposed to go in the caves, but that could be bad. I mean, I don't necessarily want to go walking into a dark place that water is everywhere. I mean, that would be really bad.
And flows somewhere underground.
Yeah, it's coming from somewhere.
What? Yeah, but I mean, it goes back underground
and disappears.
Yeah. They have attempted a few different things. I think they tried to dye the water. And couldn't find it. And I think one time they tried to submerge like rubber duckies in it. And they never found where they came out?
They never popped out?
Well, I'm sure they did somewhere.
There's like a cache of rubber duckies somewhere down Shore Creek.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure they came out somewhere, but they were never able to find them.
Don't tell Penelope that, man. She'll be like, duck, 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 duck. Right? She loves little rubber ducks. Oh, my goodness.
On one of my video games, one of the little charms I've got on my gun is a little devil duck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's a little red duck with little devil horns.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So speaking of caves and dying water and all that kind of stuff, another big thing that we have here in Kentucky that is Mammoth. Now, you've been there, right? I've been to
Mammoth Cave several times.
Yeah. Do you recall which tours that you took? I've done the Onyx and the Onyx Cave, and I think it was Mammoth or the Diamond Caverns. Yeah, Diamond Caverns.
Well, no, that's
Diamond Caverns. Yeah, and then Grand Mammoth I did. Yeah, but it's all like part of the same complex, isn't it?
Possibly, but Diamond Caverns has its own tour system. Like you can't go to Mammoth Cave and see the Diamond Cavern.
Okay.
It might be part of the same cave system. I'm not really sure. I'm not big on
being underground.
No, I mean it doesn't bother me, but I just don't know. I'm not knowledgeable about it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I've been to Mammoth Cave several times. Whatever the generic medium tour is, I think that's the one I've done like 4 times.
Like, yeah, there's like I'd say that I'm thinking that one's Grand Mammoth. I think that's the one that they call. That's the kind of the one that most people gravitate toward. And then they have the one that's like Frozen Niagara that has the big rock formation that looks like a waterfall.
Yeah. But the one I did is the one where you go through Tall Man's Misery and Fat Man's Misery.
Oh yeah,
and they take you to show you pitch dark.
Yes,
complete darkness.
Yeah, that is kind of awesome too, isn't it? Whenever they shut everything off and like it's like your eyeballs are like grasping for dark or for anything.
That's something that really got in my head was you think you know dark.
Not until you're underground and there is the absence of light.
Yeah, but I mean, we live in a society everything is lit.
Yes.
Like even at night, there's lights everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, even let's say, good case in point there. When Ashley and I took off out to California, we drove out, we were probably 30 or 40 miles into the desert. And there's all these like little side roads that you can just pull off and they go like forever, it seems like, through the desert. We just pulled off one of those just so we could say we were in the desert after dark.
Right.
And dude, the wind, oh my God, it was unbelievable. It would like blow you down. It was blowing so hard and it was cold. Oh man. Yeah. But anyway, what the reason I'm saying this is even out there where there was no man-made light whatsoever, the sky, just the light from the sky, the stars themselves, the moon, you could see everything around you.
Yep. Yeah. Well, same thing when Omar and I were driving out to California last year. I made him pull over. He didn't really want to, but I made him pull over off of an exit. It was a dead exit.
Yeah.
Everything off the exit was shut down.
Right.
But we pulled over and kind of off on the side of the shoulder. And I just made him stop the car, and I just got out of the car and just looked up at the stars for
it's unreal what you
10 or 15
see,
minutes.
Yeah. It is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. And you don't realize how much light pollution there is around you until
you do something
get a situation like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you go underground in the cave and.
Yeah. And then the absence of light. I can remember the last time we went through the cave system there and they shut all the lights off, like your eyes almost ache trying to grasp at any.
And you can see like, or I don't know about, I'm not trying to speak for everybody here, but I can see like phantom colors.
Yeah. Yeah. Like blues and reds and yellows. And it's almost like swirls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's wild.
Yeah.
Absolutely wild.
It's crazy how your body reacts to things, to the absence of stimuli.
Yeah, it really is. But yeah, Mammoth Cave, of course, like I say, that is another one of those places that is absolutely gorgeous. Trails everywhere. If you are like, if you go down to like the Green River area, I think there's a ferry that goes across. You can get on that. That's kind of a cool thing for those of you who have never been on a ferry before.
And it's free.
Yeah, it doesn't cost anything. But there's so much that we have here in Kentucky that nature has just provided for us that doesn't cost you a lot to go see.
True.
A lot of these, I guess the places that we go to as families or as individuals going to amusement parks or vacation spots, all of this stuff that we go and see. We're talking go-kart tracks and miniature golf and shopping centers and roller coaster parks. I mean, all these things that are fun. If we step back from all of that, though, for just a minute, nature provides a lot for us to see. And I think one of the really good things about all of that is not just going there, but bringing something back. And when I say that, I'm talking, obviously, photography. I mean...
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was about to get on you. I was like...
No, I'm not...
You're not supposed to take things from parks.
No. As a matter of fact, the only thing you're supposed to leave behind is footprints, right?
Not even that, if you can help it.
But no, some of the places that we have around here that lend itself really, really, really well to some great photography. I know you're really kind of dabbling in the photography thing quite a lot here recently, and dude, some of the photography that you have, the shots that you've captured are stunning. I know.
Well, thank you.
They really are. So, so what are some of the places around here that you've gone that you've really enjoyed or surprised you even that you were able to say, this is something I would go back to?
So for photography, a couple of the places I've been, where one of them I didn't even honestly expect, but it turned out I got some really good pictures down there, and I don't even know the name of the place. I have the world's worst sense of direction, so it's down around by Burnside. There's a boat dock down there.
Okay,
it's not on Burnside Island. It's
like like Waitsboro or some places like that.
Well, it's in Burnside, but it's not Burnside Island. I don't know.
Okay.
But I went down there one night and set up about sunset, and where it's at, there's a bunch of houseboats and stuff parked up docked or whatever they call that. And so I got a nice little sunset photo of all these houseboats and the sunset and the oranges and stuff coming off the water, and so that was really nice. And it was pretty easy to get to. It was you just drive down to the dock. Ramp, and you're right there. A couple of the other places I've been, Cumberland Falls, of course. But I mean, it's really touristy. There's a lot of people there. We went one night to try to get a picture of the moonbow.
Yeah. How did you do?
I mean,
could you see the moonbow in your shots?
You could see a portion of it.
Yeah.
You couldn't really see like a defined arch.
Right.
You could just see kind of above the water. You could see the prism effect, whatever that's called, where you can actually see the colors. Yeah. So you could see about 4 colors in bars coming up for 5 or 6 feet out of the water.
Very cool.
But I didn't. It was just such a nightmare. Like, there were so many people down there.
Yeah.
Trying to see the moonbow, that I couldn't get a shot. People were knocking my tripod around. There was people like walking in front of the camera and stuff. So it was just kind of hard to try to get a picture of it. But I do like going down to Cumberland Falls, when there's less people there. Eagle Falls is pretty nice. I like water.
Yeah. I mean, really, yeah.
I think probably the best picture I've gotten, honestly, was at Red River Gorge of Creation Falls.
I've not been to Red River Gorge, so
it's really nice, and apparently if you go there you die. I don't know. That's just what people say.
Do what?
That's just what people like. I told people I was going to the Red River Gorge, and they were all like, "Oh, well, it's been nice knowing you." And apparently the running gag with that place is if you go to the gorge, you don't come back.
Wow.
But I mean, I have friends. The friends I went with, they go
like all the time,
times a year. Yeah. And
so, like, I've never been to the gorge, and I've seen like you say, some of the pictures and things like that from the gorge. Like if you do a Google search for Red River Gorge in Kentucky, some of the pictures that they have up are beautiful. And I would love to go and just explore that area sometime, but I would love to take the bike up there because from what I've heard, the motorcycle riding around Red River Gorge area is awesome.
It looks like it would be nice. We drove up in cars, and the roads are what you like riding on bikes.
Absolutely.
They're
like
twisty.
You've taken a piece of thread, wadded it up and threw it across the map, and that's the road, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. And there's a couple of them that are, I can't remember the name. Like it had a name, but it was basically like Fat Man's Misery.
Oh yeah,
Mammoth Cave, except it was the road.
Yeah,
they just cut a raw cut through the mountain a long time ago.
Oh
and
wow,
that's the road, and it's about a car wide. And if you've got a big car, you can see where people have not quite fit.
Oh, and they've scraped.
Yeah.
Holy
you can see
cow!
Like, where rocks have broken off and scrapes and stuff.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So, but it's beautiful, and yeah, it is one of the if you look at this stuff up, it's one of the most photogenic places in Kentucky, is Red River Gorge.
Yeah, and like I say, the things that I've seen there's a pretty famous bridge that's there as well. And I want to say, do they not open it up like once or twice a year for like bungee jumping or something? Because it's got like really, really, really like a long distance down to the bottom. I want to say that they do, but I've seen. It seems like I've seen photographs of people like up there getting ready to bungee jump off of the bridge at Red River Gorge. But it's normally off limits, and it seems like a couple of times a year they actually go and they outfit the bridge with all of the stuff that the supports and things that you would need for bungee jumping, and you can bungee jump off of it. And but yeah, Red River Gorge is one of those places that I've had cousins that go up there like multiple times. They camp there and spend like a week at a time when they go, and they always talk about how awesome it is. But yeah, that's one of those places that I don't know why I've never made it up there, because I lived in Kentucky pretty much all my life, and it's one of those spots that I've always heard about, just never made it up to it. So I'd love to go sometime. So did you see anything about it? Yeah,
I found official bridge day in 2018 is October 20th.
Okay.
Catch the base jumpers leaping 800 plus feet to the New River Gorge below. Rappelling, skydiving, and more adventures abound.
Heard that. So
apparently you can sign up for base jumping, tandem base jumping, highline, and rappelling. It doesn't say anything about bungee jumping though.
Okay.
So they have a chili cook-off that day.
That's cool. So yeah, 800 feet. That's a long way down, dude.
Yeah. Now we never did that. Because that's just a man-made bridge.
Right. Yeah.
We did go to the natural bridge in Red River Gorge.
Oh yeah,
and that was really nice. You can walk out on it and stuff. And
didn't you also go? Isn't there like a double arches type place, or is that at Red River Gorge where you have like two natural arches that you can photograph like in the same frame almost?
Probably. There's a lot of them over there.
Yeah,
but it's Red River Gorge is pretty big.
Yeah,
a pretty big park, and this was last year,
right?
I was really bad out of shape. I hadn't done any physical activity for several years. And so they were taking pity on me, and we only went to just a few select locations up there, and they were very nice about only going to easily accessed places where you could pretty much just drive the car right up to the location, get out, walk 20 feet, take your pictures, and come back. So we did go to one very large natural bridge. There were more. Yeah, there was like Chimney Rock and all these other places that people love to go take pictures, but they're a little more difficult to access.
Yeah.
So we didn't do those.
That's cool. I mean, just the fact that you were able to go up there, and like you say, depending on your skill level or whatever, there is something for everyone. That's kind of where I'm going with this whole thing.
Yeah.
Take small kids even, because you don't have to go like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet back into the woods. Go in there, see it, and then come back out. Watch them very closely.
Yeah.
Make sure you hold on to them. tether them to you even.
Yeah, because some of the places don't have guardrails.
Ooh.
So yes.
Yeah.
Children, I mean, it's easy to get to, but yeah, you want to make sure you got a real close
a good grip
hold
on
them because some of those places don't have guardrails, or the guardrail is just like one steel pipe.
Well, you got to think
4 feet off the ground.
You got to think if the place has the name Gorge in its name, it's going to be kind of, vertical, not necessarily so much horizontal.
And like I said, apparently people that go there don't come back. So
yeah,
that's the thing that mostly from, I make the joke, but mostly from what I can gather about that is, it's people that go in by themselves. They don't let anybody know where they're going. They don't let anybody know when to expect them back. And then they get out and get in trouble and they get lost and hurt.
Right.
And so it's typically people that just get themselves in trouble more than anything else.
Okay. Yeah.
But it is really beautiful. Another one that I went to last year was, and I don't know if it's the redneck way to say it or just the way I've been told to say it, but Yahoo Falls.
Yahoo or Yahoo Falls. It's Yahoo.
Yeah, it's pronounced just like the search engine, or it's spelled just like the search engine. Yeah, but I have been told it's pronounced Yahoo Falls.
I've heard that. And like I say, I've lived in McRae County most of my life. That's where I grew up. And Yahoo Falls or Yahoo Falls we were there a lot. I mean, that was one of our go-to hiking places.
Yeah. And it's pretty easy to access.
It is. There's a couple of spots where you've got to climb a little bit as far as like there's some steps that you have to take.
It's all stairs.
And it used to be treacherous. Those steps, the new ones.
The new ones are pretty sturdy.
Nice. Yeah. The ones that were there back when we would hike, I wouldn't have cared a bit to tether off to the top just in case they fell out from under me. I'm just going to say.
Wow.
They were rough. Like you walked, like we literally would have to go down them one person at a time because they would be moving so much.
Nice.
So yeah, it was kind of spooky. So, but Yahoo Falls, it's located in the Big South Fork National River and Recreation Area in McRae County. It is a plunge type falls. It is 113 feet from top to bottom. The creek itself just kind of drops into a small pool. The pool is very shallow, so there is no jumping off of this or anything like that.
Well, Lord, no, it's 113 feet.
Yeah, but people that do base jumping and cave or cliff diving and stuff like that, they do some crazy high dives.
Oh yeah, well this falls into water that's like 3 inches deep. So.
Yeah, this was not one of those places. Something that is a cool thing about it, though, is it is awesome for rappelling because 113 foot of almost free drop. So
yeah, and I have seen people rappelling down there.
Yeah. So there's actually, do you know any of the history around Yahoo Falls? Like, do you know like why it or like any of the things that have happened there? Okay, so we'll put it this way. Yahoo Falls has a very, very, very rich history that is kind of off the beaten path. Not a lot of people know a lot about it. There was a massacre that took place at Yahoo Falls. So August 10th, 1810, Yahoo Falls, it's down now in the Daniel Boone National Forest. This is known as the Great Cherokee Children Massacre.
Well, that sounds lovely.
Doesn't it, though? So the alleged massacre, according to the tale, in order that the women and children of the Cumberland River Valley might acquire a white man's education, Reverend Gideon Blackburn proposed to open a school on Cherokee land 125 miles away near Chattanooga. So this story claims that on the day in question, it was arranged that anybody seeking protection at the school should meet at Yahoo Falls at full moon. According to the story, they were to be led by the supposed Corn Blossom. This is the alleged daughter of the war chief Doublehead, but instead they were massacred by a contingent of soldiers sent by John Sevier, who was from the state of Tennessee, not the Commonwealth of Kentucky. So this massacre takes place, and it's the number is it's been disputed, but somewhere between 85 and 125 women and children massacred at Yahoo Falls, and as the soldiers approached, they thought it was the person that was coming to lead them into Tennessee. So they were all like just ready to get up and go. And the thing that triggered, alarm was the people opening fire on them. Like they did not realize that they were in any danger whatsoever. Massacred these people. And yeah.
Well, so that sounds terrible, but also that just brings up so many questions. Like this has got to be back in the day. So I'm assuming this is mostly like muskets.
Well, you're looking early 1800s, so yeah, you're looking single shot rifle, probably musket rifle. Yeah,
That's a long time to just sit there and wait to get shot.
Yeah, I agree. But then again, also the whole place is almost like a horseshoe. So if you can cut off the entire access to it.
Oh, I get you. Okay.
So they were at the bottom.
Okay. Yeah. I got you. You.
They were actually taking shelter in the rock house that was there, the cave that kind of goes back in.
Okay. So if you don't know, if you haven't been to Yahoo Falls, the falls falls over a lip, 113 feet free fall down to the ground below. But it's recessed back behind where the fall, you can walk behind the falls.
Yeah. Probably 150 feet.
Yeah.
Back into a cave-ish area.
Yeah.
And that's where they were supposedly at.
Yeah, I see how that could work now. Okay. Yeah.
So
that's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I don't want to go back down there anymore.
But it's beautiful. The place is gorgeous. I mean, it runs right beside the South Fork of the Cumberland. I mean, that's the river that the creek runs into if you follow the creek past the falls. And it's just a few hundred feet that it hits the river down there.
And we did follow when Baker and I went last year, and we did walk on down to. There's a big arch down there.
Yeah.
Just not far from the falls. I mean, it's a little bit of a hike, but it's not real far. We walked back to that, and that was beautiful. The arch back there, it's the way it does is really nice. You can walk under it and then up and get up on top of it pretty easily. And yeah, it was pretty nice down there.
If you go, I think that's the arch is to the right. The trail forks down there.
Yeah, you go to the right and start going up the hill.
Okay, so if you continue to the left, you actually follow the river. If you go down that trail, I want to say it's about a mile and a quarter down.
That's more than I wanted to walk then.
Yeah, about a mile to mile and a quarter, they actually have this place called the Indian Rock House, and we went. I mean, that's one of the places we would hike to. And
yeah, we saw the signs, but
giant slab of like sandstone that is supported by these two massive rocks on each side. And it's basically like a big giant house. I mean, you can walk in one side and out the other. It's awesome. I mean, it is literally, the slab of rock is literally like the size of a home. It's pretty big.
How much clearance have you got walking under it?
Probably 20 feet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, it's massive. Yeah, you don't have to hunker down whatsoever. It was enough that the stories that go along with it is the natives would actually build like large fires and things in there, and the way that the ceiling is sloped, the smoke would travel up and out, and you can actually see where the smoke, like the black soot on the rock. They would build like large bonfires in there and heat the rocks, and it would keep them warm through the winters. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool place.
Set phasers on maximum.
So that's nice. Another one of those places though. That's right around here, and it doesn't cost you a thing. I mean, you go there, park at the parking lot, and you just take off hiking. Now the other place that's really, really close to Yahoo down there, Yahoo, is Natural Arch. It's in McCrae County, and I know you were talking about the arch there at Yahoo and I thought for a long time though, when we were having that conversation, that you were talking about the Natural Arch in McCrae County, the big one. But you weren't. You were talking about the little one there at the falls.
Yeah.
No. This one, the one that I'm talking about, Natural Arch, it's on 927. You go down Highway 27, just past where you would turn onto the Falls Road on 90 to go to Cumberland Falls. You would hang a right. And the Natural Arch that's there, from the ground up to the top of it, is probably 90 to 100 feet. It is massive.
Wow.
So we've got to go down and check that out sometime here really, really soon. Now that the leaves are green again and such, it would be really, really pretty to go check it out. And it's not that bad of a hike to go to it either. So
okay.
But it is absolutely stunning, easy to access. Another one that's free. You don't have to pay anything to go to it. So there are some really, really, really nice natural wonders around us.
Yeah. Yeah, there are. And then not too far away, you can go down to Pickett State Park.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They've got some
good trails down there.
Some good trails down there.
Yep.
And they've a bunch of the guys up here that I hang out with, us little fruity cyclist guys, they love the mountain bike trails down there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they've got some really good trails down there as far as biking goes.
Big South Fork, that whole area down there, they've got some I don't know what any of this means. They've got black diamond trails, whatever that means.
Okay.
I'm not a mountain bike guy. I'm a roadie.
Yep.
I do road cycling. That's it.
You've seen people break their butt bone. I'm just going to say
well, those guys are stoked on it. They love it. They go down there 6-7 times a year and hit these big black diamond trails, whatever that means.
That's cool.
Apparently that's something really good. That's good stuff. They got it down there.
So the last one that I'm going to bring up, that's around here, we've got a man-made wonder and a natural wonder that's kind of sandwiched together. The whole place around here, obviously, Cumberland, that's everything. Lake Cumberland, Cumberland River, you got Cumberland Falls, you've got Cumberland everything. The big guy, of course, that everything is named after, if it's not Cumberland, is Boone. So
right.
The one that I'm going to bring up here is Cumberland Gap and the Pinnacle Overlook over toward Middlesboro. Now, this place, literally from the Pinnacle Overlook, you are looking into Cumberland Gap. And it is absolutely amazing. I would have never, before going there, I would have never thought anything really much about Cumberland. I've heard about it in school. I'd seen a couple of pictures of a trail that's running through the woods, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a flat spot where you can take a horse through. No. Going there and seeing the gap from the overlook, from the Pinnacle Overlook, you can see probably 15 miles in each direction, and it's like a super highway through the mountains. You can literally see the gap running through the mountains.
Wow.
It is absolutely stunning.
And if I might be wrong, but from up there, you can see 3 states, right?
You can stand with your toes and ankles, or toes and heels, in 3 different states.
Oh,
it's where Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia all come together. So yeah, there's one spot where they have it painted on the trail, and it's Kentucky line, Tennessee line, Virginia line. So you can kind of stand in that spot. To the left, you're looking into Virginia. To the south, you're looking into Tennessee. And to the right, you're looking into Kentucky. And you're looking over the mountain that they actually bored through to build the tunnel there at Middlesboro. And right. That thing is, I want to say, 1.3, 1.4 miles that goes through it. But the natural phenomenon, obviously, Cumberland Gap itself. But on the right-hand side, when you're looking toward Middlesboro, you're seeing a phenomena that I want to say in Kentucky is not something that's very common. The entire town of Middlesboro sits in a crater. And right. You can see the rim of the crater from the overlook.
Yep. And as far as we know, it's the only city or town built in a meteor strike crater.
Really? I didn't know that. But yeah, it's awesome to see.
Yeah, because that's what the crater is from. It's from an old meteor strike.
Yeah,
cratered it out.
Yeah. I didn't know that it was the only town though, but that's cool.
I don't know. I've heard that. Google me and tell me I'm wrong. I don't know. People have told me that that's the only.
I'll tell you what, people, send us an email and tell him he's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. And apparently it's 2.3 miles long.
Oh, the tunnel is 2.3? Mm-hmm. Okay. I knew it was long.
Yeah.
You from one end to the other, you can't see because of the arch that they built into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a long tunnel. But Cumberland Gap is a really cool place, and the Pinnacle's a cool place because the airport there in Middlesboro, the way the runway sits, the planes have to almost like hug the mountain to come in to land in the airport there. So like you can stand there at the overlook, and I know you can't, but it feels like you can reach up and touch planes as they're coming into that airport because they're so close to that mountain.
Jeez. Going
down, and something that was really, really, really cool about Middlesboro, and I know it's not there now, but the Glacier Girl, the P-38 World War II fighter plane was restored there, and that's where it took its I guess second inaugural flight. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
Nope.
None whatsoever.
Not a clue.
Okay, so Glacier Girl, there was a flight of Mustangs, P-51 Mustangs, P-38 bombers, and cargo planes that were leaving from the United States, went up into Canada, went across Greenland, and was going to go on into Britain, World War II, right? So they ran into bad weather in Greenland, and they had to bring the planes down. So when they brought them down to the ground, there was a few of them that I don't know if they were damaged or what, but they basically left them behind. So This was in 1942, 43. And when they left them behind, they just left them.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it's like they were just sitting there on this glacier. So as time passed, snow kept falling and buried them. Now, when they went back to try to find these planes, they were like, we know that they are somewhere in this region, somewhere in this area. Because, I mean, this was the last place that they were logged. The glacier has not moved that much. We can measure how far it's gone. So they pinpointed where they should be. They started doing research about, okay, so how deep would these things be underneath this ice and snowpack? And how can we possibly get down to find them? So they started drilling test holes. One of the test holes brought back up plane fuel.
Whoops.
And they were like, oh, we're here. We've got this. So they had to find a way of getting down into this ice. They didn't want to excavate it because they were afraid it could possibly collapse in and all this kind of stuff. So they created this cone that was like 30 feet across that they put copper wire or copper tubing all the way around in a coil on it, and it was piping hot water into the coil, and it effectively set on the ice and melted a giant hole in the ice straight down. When they finally got down to where the planes were, they found that they were there, but the pressure of the ice and snow had collapsed most of them. So they had to start bringing them out of this glacier a piece at a time. At one point, they found one of the 50 caliber guns. It was still loaded. And when they brought it up, they strapped it to a snowmobile and had a 55-gallon drum and fired the shell that was in it, and tore the 55-gallon drum in half with the shell from 1942, 43, 44, whatever. So that's pretty awesome. So after all this was said and done, they ended up finding one of the P-38s that was still in fairly good condition. And they brought it up a piece at a time and shipped it back home, back to the U.S. The company that had Lockheed Martin, the company that had built it, one of the guys that was doing the restoration lived over in that area, so they started shipping the pieces into Middlesboro, and they contacted Lockheed Martin to come in and check to see if all of the parts were there, and they had to refabricate a couple of them, and Rolls-Royce actually came in and rebuilt the engines that they had for them. And they eventually put this plane back together. And they ran it up and down the runway a few times and thought, this thing is not going to fly. This thing it's leaking oil. The hydraulics is not right. There's something not right about it. It's shaking all to pieces. So they put it back in the shop. They went back through it again. They said, no, it's good shape. Everything is the way it should be. So finally a test pilot was like, I'll fly the thing. And the Discovery Channel or the History Channel 1 actually came out and did this whole show about the Glacier Girl, the P-38. So when they actually got there and they started, the dude was going to go fly it, he was scared to death. And when it took off, he made it like it was climbing. He thought, I'm going to die in this plane because it was literally shaking his insides out. It was like liquefying him. It was just, he thought there's something bad wrong. So he got up and leveled out about 1,500 feet up. And he said, once he leveled out, the vibrations stopped being so bad. But when he throttled it up and actually got it to speed, he said everything got nice and tight. It completely stopped shaking. And after that, he flew it, like did quite a few laps around Middlesboro, did a few dives with it and different things. And he said it was the best flying plane that he had ever been in. But until you get it to speed, it will absolutely shake your guts out. So
interesting. So it's kind of like the SR-71.
Kind of like the Blackbird.
Just leaks fuel until it gets up to altitude.
Yeah. If there's never any like fuel below an SR-71, like hydraulic fluid or whatever, go get the truck because it's empty.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, this thing flew beautifully, and then it ended up that he brought it back in, and they did this whole show, and then afterwards, it started making its rounds through the United States, going to different air shows and things. I got to see it twice. Whenever I was living in Middlesboro with over there, and I got to see it one time while we were there, and then one other time they were moving it, and I got to see it. But it's a pretty awesome airplane. And, right here in our own backyard. Middlesboro's 2 hours from here.
So it's still there?
It comes back there every now and then because the guy that owns it's there. Yeah, it's his.
Okay.
So that's its home airport. Yes.
Right on.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about Middlesboro, I don't know, it's not as cool as a glacier plane, but on the way down on 25, if you're headed south towards Middlesboro before you get there,
yeah.
What is that town?
Pineville. Yeah.
Yeah. You can go to Pineville, and so you got in Middlesboro, these people decided it'd be a great idea to build a town in a big meteor strike crater.
Yeah.
Because what's the odds that's going to happen again, right?
At least in the same spot.
Exactly. It's like Zeus. He only gets one shot, right? Can't do it again. So like 30 miles up the road in Pineville, they built an entire town under a gigantic boulder
that's getting ready to roll down
the mountain and flatten the whole town.
So you can go to the little place there called
Chain Rock.
Because
in order to prevent the boulder from killing everyone in Pineville, they put a giant chain around it and chained it to the mountain there. So hopefully that works.
The good thing is they're slacking the chain, so it's not moved. That's a good thing.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah. So if we ever see the chain tight, might want to evacuate the town.
Gonna have to get some people we know to go down there with some drilling equipment and some ammo.
There you go. So all of this is really cool. And there's a lot of good places around Kentucky that you can go to see these natural things. And there's no better way to do that than actually being a part of nature. So I know you do things on bicycles.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to necessarily ride all the way to Middlesboro on a bicycle, but I would love to jump on the Harley and take off. We have some of the greatest countryside for riding motorcycles between Kentucky and Tennessee. We have one of the places that in Tennessee that people from all over the world come to. And I know you don't really have any desire to ever go across it, but to see it once, I'm glad that I went. And of course, I'm talking about Tail of the Dragon. Deal's Gap. It is one of the most treacherous roads I've ever seen. And I can't really say it's one of the prettiest roads I've ever seen because I was way too worried about the next 400 curves that I was about to go around.
I mean, I'm sorry, but if any road that has both sides of the road decorated with parts of cars and motorcycles that have tried to go down the road.
I don't think that it's not all the way down through there. There's a couple of spots where they have like, there's the tree of shame.
Yeah, but that's all the way at the end.
Yes. I didn't see really anything that along the way where you just had places that was decorated with parts.
Well, I mean, I don't mean like hung up, but I'm just.
Now, there was probably parts that was there in the ground or whatever.
Figuratively speaking.
It was really cool when we went across. I followed a Lotus Elise. Is that what it is?
There's an Elise and an Exige.
Elise is what it. Yeah,
okay.
It was a bad little car.
Yes, they
Dude,
are.
that thing was,
and they're built for corners.
And he was moving on.
Yeah. Well, and I joke about all the wrecks, but I think mostly it's because people are trying to push the limit.
They are,
and they're going too fast.
Yeah, that dude was really moving quick. Now, like I said, the wife and I, when we went across it, we took our time. It was just kind of an easy ride. When a few cars or whatever would get behind us, I'd pull off because there was little spots where you could pull over and let them go on, and then pull back out and continue on. It's 11 miles, 200 and something curves. It's crazy, insane. Like it's like lean. I mean, that's pretty much what you do from one end to the other. So I can't say I really saw anything other than leaning back and forth. That was what I saw. But going there and leaving there was beautiful.
Yeah, and I have heard great things about like the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Blue Ridge Parkway is another one. I want to. That's my next big ride.
Oh, is that not the one that goes down there?
That's not it. No.
What's the? I've heard good things about.
I don't know what the name
that
of
area in general though.
I want to say it's. I want to say it's Highway 19 that just kind of runs up into Deals Gap. Now we went about it backward. Normally you're supposed to go from like Maryville, south of Knoxville, into into the Dragon at that point and come out at Deals Gap, and then once you leave, you're heading more toward like North Carolina, Cherokee area.
Okay.
We went backward because we were staying in Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. So we went down across the Smokies into Cherokee, across to Bryson City, and then up into Deals Gap, and then crossed it, kind of going backward, which actually I think was a little better because we were not flowing with traffic. We were flowing against it,
right.
Which helped. We didn't have to deal with a whole lot of people behind us. So that was actually pretty nice.
And that's why I wouldn't want to go.
Yeah. It was crazy. Now, when we got there to Deals Gap, there's the motorcycle, like the place, I guess, where all the motorcycles go.
Right.
There was probably 300 or 400 bikes there. And of course they're selling every piece of merchandise that you can imagine with a dragon's tail on it. And it's neat, but
dragon's tail, the toilet paper.
Exactly. The little scaly.
Well, I was just watching Spaceballs last night, so.
But no, we honestly, I don't know that I would go back to the Dragon. I would definitely drive back though across the Smokies through Bryson City and over to Deals Gap, and then head back that same way. But to go across the Dragon again, no.
Yeah. No. Well, for me, like I wouldn't want to do it just because of the other cars. Like if I could go out there and know that I'm going to be the only thing on the road, then yeah, no problem. But I'm too afraid some idiot in a Lotus Elise is going to come flying up the road behind me, misjudge his corner, go skidding off, and take me out with him.
Right. And you're right. That's the danger of that road.
So I think, I'll just take my chances with the regular idiots and regular stupid cars. Unless it's a cruise weekend and then they're all in stupid old cars.
Exactly. But yeah, I'd like to say I'd love to do that. Now, like you were saying a few minutes ago, the Blue Ridge Parkway, that's the next big ride that I want to take. It's a little over 400 miles, starts in North Carolina, ends in Virginia.
That's too much.
The thing is, it's not designed for a one-day ride. It's designed for being like a 3 or 4 day ride, because your maximum speed limit across that from beginning to end is 45 miles an hour.
Yeah,
you don't go faster than that.
I know. But still,
And it's set up to where you ride for a few hours, and there's like bed and breakfasts or like places for specifically designed for people that are on bikes. They even have like little like garages in the bottom of the hotels where you pull your bike in and close a garage door so it doesn't get messed with. So it's designed specifically for those kind of rides where you would be staying for a night in this place and then moving on.
Oh,
So-
that might be fun then, I guess.
Yeah. So you're not like just staying outside or whatever. So, but yeah, I would love to do that one. And then there's also a really, really, I don't want to say it's supposed to be one of the really dangerous ones, but they call it the Devil's Whip. That's or it's just off the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Well, I mean, it's another one of those really curvy ones like the dragon, but the Devil's Whip. But yeah. So, and then we have these nice ride places around here too. I mean, we just got a named ride right here in our county, the Rattlesnake.
The Rattlesnake.
Yeah, 192s, and that runs between here and London.
And that's not a bad ride.
We've rode that quite a few times, you and I both. So yeah, it's nice. And if you want to really just get out and meander through the wilderness, we have wonderful, wonderful places. You just ride until, you run into another road, take a turn, find out where you're going to end up. I mean, it's, especially whenever we're going with Terry, dear God, he has taken us places that I thought there's no way we'll come out anywhere in any we're not close to civilization at all. And then you look around a tree and it's like in the middle of town. And I'm like, how did he do that?
Yeah, he knows every road around. I don't know how he does it. I get lost in my backyard, so everybody asks me, where are you going? I'm behind the guy in front of me. That's where I'm going.
I'm
That's all I
following
know.
that tail light right there.
I never know what we're doing, where we're going. I enjoy the rides most of the time.
You don't map them, you just go along.
Yeah, I don't know where we're going. I don't know what the places are called. That's why, like this stuff, like I know I've been places taking pictures and stuff and had a good time, but I don't know where it's at or how we got there. Or
I can't take you back, but I saw it one time. That's why I took a picture.
Yeah, I got pictures to prove it.
That's pretty good. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about tonight, though.
Right on.
Kind of the things that we have here in Kentucky that a lot of people just kind of overlook. Anyone that's listening that doesn't, live in this area, come and give us a look, because there's quite a bit that we have to offer.
Yeah, and surprisingly, like when I was in high school, a lot of my friends from high school, their families had moved from out of state to Kentucky because of the nature that was around. Like they wanted to be in the woods and the trees and go see the lakes and every 3-day weekend we get the Ohio Navy coming down to
Absolutely.
get out on our lakes. Because apparently they don't have those in Ohio.
No, there's nothing that holds water up there. It's
too flat.
It's too flat. So they
got the Great Lakes.
That's not a lake. That's a mini ocean that doesn't have salt. So,
I guess.
So let me leave you with this. This is something you and I have known each other for years and years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
You recall that I used to work at Six Gun City. Did you?
Well, you've told me. I didn't know you back then, but yeah.
Right. So, at Six Gun City, we would always get to meet very, 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 very interesting people. And I will never forget this guy as long as I live. I don't know what his name is. Couldn't tell you. If he walked up to me today, I probably wouldn't be able to pick him out of a crowd. But the story that he told me, the reason that he told me he was in Kentucky, I'll never forget. So I was the old time photographer, and I was like a miscellaneous bad guy. So like if someone was sick and they didn't show up, I got to play their part for that day. So I got to carry around the gun and get shot 6 times a day. It was a lot of fun. So
sounds like a blast.
It was a big blast. So one day that I was there, just doing the photography thing, there was a guy that came. He and his family came into the.
Did you have like the gunpowder flash thing?
I didn't have the
people. The plosive. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, we didn't have that. We actually had studio lights, but the camera was an 1866 Kodak.
Oh,
It was the real deal. And it had just been outfitted with, instead of the electric charge hitting the gunpowder, it was hitting the lights. So it was really like I had to put the little cloth up over my head and pull the thing out of the top to expose the paper. And when you look through it, the image was upside down. I mean, it was literally the real deal.
Okay. All right.
So anyway, this guy comes in, brings his family, and they want to get one of the old time photos done. Him and the kids and the wife and all that kind of stuff. So they went and they did that. And when he walked in, though, I instantly recognized the accent. He was Scottish, and I was like, so where are you from? Why are you in Kentucky? What is here? And so he was like, he was like, all right. So the reason that we always come here to Kentucky is we like to see the trees. And I was like, you don't have trees in Scotland? He was like, yeah, we got trees in Scotland, but we don't see them going all the way to the top of the hill. And I was like, what? Okay, what do you mean? You don't see them going all the way to the top of the hill? I don't understand. He goes, the wind's always blowing, and the seedlings, they don't grow at the top at all. So we only have trees in the valleys. So when we come to Kentucky, we get to see the trees growing all the way to the tops of the hills, and it's green all the way to the top. And that's what we like to see. And so we always come here every year. And I was like, really?
Interesting.
If someone from Scotland has found our little neck of the woods and they thought it was cool enough to keep coming back to, I'm like, you know what? It's not that bad of a place. I'm pretty proud to be from Kentucky. It's all right.
It's a decent place unless you have allergies.
My wife is hating what I'm saying right now. Because, yes, she does.
Yeah.
The list of things she's not allergic to is much, 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 much shorter than the things that she is.
Yeah. I suffer greatly. Like, I can go out of state for a week for work or whatever. And then when I come home, I just, everything hits me again. And I'm stopped up and runny nose and watery eyes. And, but yeah, no, it is a beautiful state.
It is.
But that's what makes it an allergic state.
It is. It is indeed. It is indeed. And we do have more to offer than just racehorses and bourbon, although both of those are pretty awesome. So
especially the bourbon.
So if you would like to contact us for more information about our great state, we'll gladly answer any questions that you might have. You can always contact us on Facebook, through Facebook, facebook.com/Two Minds Podcast.
Yeah. Or you can tweet at us on the Twitters at Two Minds Podcast.
Shoot us an email. Tell Mr. Claywell how he was wrong there a little while ago. twomindspodcast@gmail.com.
And as always, you can find this episode and all of our past episodes. You can subscribe and get all of our new episodes as soon as they come out on our hosting site, Podbean. That's twominds.podbean.com.
Awesome.
And look us up over there. Oh, and you can tell us about some other great places in the state that we could go look at.
Absolutely. If you know something that we don't, let us know. I'd love to go check something out that someone else has told me about.
Yeah, I always look forward to it. So when are we going to get out and go riding again?
We're going to go riding really, really soon. I want to do the Bourbon Trail since, we are here in Kentucky. I want to go from like distillery to distillery.
Yeah, but I don't want to be on the bike when I'm getting sauced.
Yeah,
because
you're right.
Part of the Bourbon Trail is you get drunk.
Yeah.
Very, very drunk.
But it sounds so fun.
It does sound really fun. It sounds
dangerous, but fun.
On the bike, it sounds dangerous. I got friends that do the Bourbon Chase every year.
I don't know what that is.
They started at one end and run on foot.
Oh, no.
All the way to the other end.
Dude, what do you start? You start walking